Hey there, folks on YouTube, out in the world. How are ya? Ivari Dark, how are ya? Smyrna Cowboy, how are ya? NC Stoney, what's up? Bronco Ride, hey! Tex Ride, what's up? Scotty up there in the frozen north. My sister Debbie, what's up Debbie? How you doing, Debbie? Give me a call. I gotta get off my lazy butt and call you too. Ah, poop. School bus. Oh well. And police. This is my Kaylee 7 on February 28th, 2018. The last day of February. Alright, so Amp'd Moto had a great topic, and I figured I'd do that one today as I ride to work in 35 degrees because winter's back, but it's not icy, so woohoo! And there's the bus doing its bus thing. Ah, bloody hell. So anyway, Amp'd Moto, he said, how did you find yourself on a motorcycle, basically? Why are you riding? And it's not like, he said, it's not for therapy, don't talk about that kind of reason, just talk about your life situation and how you ended up being into motorcycles. And I've done this topic before, but he inspired me to do it again. So if you've already heard my story and you don't really care to hear it again, then see ya. Alright, so here's the deal. I grew up in a poor working class town. Just a city boy. Born and raised in, well, actually Somerville and Lynn. Neither of which were good towns. Well, Somerville's better now than it used to be, but it was a very poor working class place. And Lynn, oh geez, even today, Lynn is bad. Lynn, the city of sin. You never go out the way you come in. So, we didn't have any money for motorcycles. We didn't have any money for rice. Eating that government cheese and stuff when I was a kid. So I had hand-me-down bicycles or piece of junk bicycles that my dad would buy me because, you know, he didn't have any money either. He was a construction worker and he was laid off a lot. And he had a second wife to support. Oh, poor doggy. And 2 kids that she had. So the money wasn't flowing. So I never had a good bicycle when I was growing up. I had a banana seat bike. If you don't know what those are, look it up. Look up 1970s banana seat bike and you'll see it. And when I was a little bit older, I wanted to get a 10-speed, but my dad was too cheap to buy me a 10-speed because those were fancy bikes back then. So I got a Raleigh 3-speed. Looked like it was right out of 1940. So, I got a funny story about that. I parked it in downtown Lynn with my friend, and he had like a BMX style bike. And we had one of those little chains covered in rubbery plastic. And it was a combination type, and he locked his bike with mine up to the telephone pole. We went into some candy store or whatever. I was like 11 or 12. We come out, and the chain had been broken, and his bike was gone, and my bike was still sitting there. Nobody wanted my piece of junk bike, which is actually, I wish I still had it, because that would be worth a lot of money now. I mean, that thing was a classic 1940s, jinky kind of 3-speed bike with fenders and everything. Oh well. So I rode my bicycles everywhere, and I went miles and miles and miles as a teenager. I went from Lynn to Boston when I was 12 or 13. Called my mom from there, like, Mom, I rode my bike to Boston. She's like, oh, that's nice, honey. I'll see you when you get home. And then she immediately ran in the bedroom and started praying. She raised me to be independent and free. And so here I am, living in North Carolina. And I'm so glad she did. So bicycle riding was my thing. Exploring my area on a bicycle was my thing. And for me, as a little kid, the city of Lynn was a big area. And then the cities surrounding Lynn, like Lynnfield, Peabody, Salem, Nahant, Wakefield, they were all like other countries to me. So I had a great time. And I got really good. I mean, I could ride fast. Then, you know, college, you know, I was paying for college, working. I was riding a bike to survive. I didn't have money for a car or anything because the car my dad gave me when I was 17 blew up. Piece of shit. So from 1989 until 1998, I didn't have a car. I was on a bicycle or train or bus. And then when I was 28, I had returned from Fiji, my Peace Corps stint. And I went to this place in Boston. It was like the remainder shop of used Boston police and City of Boston stuff. There was a cop bike there. And I thought, geez, I wonder how much those would be. So it was just a display. So I called Boston Harley and I said, I want to get a cheap bike. I figure it's going to be better to get one of them used police bikes. He says, oh, buddy, that's a $17,000 bike and it's been laid down and ridden to death. Like, oh, never mind then. I thought $700. I didn't think it was going to be $17,000. So I put the idea to bed. Instead, I got a $1,000 10-speed type bike. It was 27 speeds. It was a Cannondale. I still have it, actually. And I rode that all over the place. Took it to Hawaii with me in 2000. Rode. Until a car swiped my elbow with its mirror. And I said, well, you know, I might not want to ride anymore. I didn't ride the bike very much after that. Sold the house 2005. Found myself with some money back here, on the mainland. And my neighbor across the street had a Harley, and he was pushing me, oh, get a Harley. He's from New Hampshire. So I went down to D&Q Choppers in Andrew, North Carolina. I saw a 2003 Softail Standard. I liked it, and I paid the $12,000 for it in 2006. And my neighbor had to drive it home. My friend had to drive it home because I couldn't ride a motorcycle at the time. I didn't know how to ride a motorcycle. I'd never ridden one. Took the class a month later. Then I started riding around the neighborhood. Then a little bit farther and farther. Changed to a Road King. That was my Zuzu. And my riding story commenced from 2006 onward. I've been a riding fool ever since, because one of the reasons is I love to explore. And on a 10-speed bike, you're dead on these roads. Plus, if you go out 20 miles, you gotta pedal your fat ass back 20 miles. Nope. So, here I am on my 2017 Ultra Limited, the ultimate geezer glide, having a great time. Highly recommend getting a motorcycle if you haven't gotten one. And if you have got one, if you recently got one, if you haven't taken the motorcycle training class from either, you know, Harley or Motorcycle Safety Foundation or somebody else, then definitely take it, because it'll save your life. The stuff I learned really is useful. And I will talk to you later. Thank you, Amp'd Moto, for the topic. You guys stay safe out there. Enjoy watching the videos until you can ride, and I'll talk to you later. Alright, where am I gonna park? Am I gonna park over here? I'm gonna park over there. I'm gonna park right over here. You know why? Because I can.